Hello everyone, my name is Tejolekar and
I'm Shraddha, and in this video we'll look at the role of civil services of three countries, that is UK, France and USA.
And I am Yutika. Let's get into and explore how the civil services of the three nations contributes effective functioning of the government and serves their citizens.
The Civil Service of United Kingdom is a permanent bureaucracy or a secretariat of a crown employee that support His Majesty government, which is led by a cabinet of ministers chosen by the Prime Minister of United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The term civil servant in the United Kingdom does not include all public sector employees. Although there is no fixed legal definition, the term is usually defined as a servant of a crown working in a civil capacity who is not the holder of a political office. So, only crown means a national government employees are referred as a civil servant, whereas employees of local authorities are generally referred to as a local government civil service officer who are considered public servants but not a civil servant. Thus, in UK, a civil servant is a public servant, but a public servant is not necessarily a civil servant. The structure of a United Kingdom civil services is designed to support the government in implementing policy and delivering public services efficiently. The structure of civil service is divided into organization, grades, and profession. Each Secretariat of State has a department which has exclusively agencies and non-departmental public bodies subordinate to it. Some of the departments within the civil services are Crown Prosecution Services, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Justice, HM Revenue and Customs, Department of International Trade. Not all organizations that are funded by the government sits within the civil service. For example, the civil service does not include organization, non-ministerial departments and non-departmental public bodies such as a National Health Service, local governments, the armed forces, the National Archives. The civil servants of United Kingdom are obliged to adhere to a civil service code, which was first introduced in 1996 and updated in year 2006. The core values are defined as honesty, integrity, impartiality, and objectivity. So, the civil service of the United Kingdom plays a crucial role in governance of the country, ensuring that a government policies are effectively implemented and that public services are delivered efficiently and fairly. So here are some of the key roles of the civil services. So the first one will be policy formulation and advices. Civil servants plays a crucial role in developing policies and advising ministers on the design, implementation and evaluation of a government policy. They provide evidence-based analysis and ensure policies align with the government objectives and legal framework. Second, implementation of government policies. Civil servants are responsible for implementing government decisions and policy efficiently. This involves coordination activities across departments, allocation resources, and overseeing the delivery of public service. Third one will be the service delivery. The civil service manages and delivers a wide range of public services, from healthcare to education to social security and transportation. This includes operating agencies and bodies that directly interact with the public. Fourth one, regulation and oversight. Civil servants regulate industries and sectors to ensure compliance with the law and standard. They monitor and inspect businesses, enforce regulations, and protect consumers and environment. Last one will be financial management. Civil servant manages public finances, including budget formulation, expenditure control, and financial reporting. They ensure that taxpayer money is spent efficiently and transparently. So, in conclusion, the United Kingdom services are integral to the development and implementation of government policies, the delivery of public services, regulation and enforcement, administration and support, crisis management, international relations, good governance, innovation, and supporting democratic process. They work across various sectors and levels of government to ensure the effective functioning of the state and the welfare of the citizen. So I hope you understand what are the roles of civil service in United Kingdom. And now my another group member will explain you the civil service role in France.
Presentation on role of civil service in France. So, we will be covering of 4 subtopics under this topic, which are historical context, structure of civil service, role in governance, and challenges and reforms faced by France. So, without wasting our time, let's begin with our presentation. Civil service, also known as the functional public, has its origin traced back in Napoleon era, particularly with the establishment of Napoleon Code in 80s. Napoleon reform under Napoleon Bonaparte's rule signifies reforms were introduced and to modernize the centralization administration of France. This includes establishment of a merit-based civil service system where appointments were based on qualifications and competence rather than Aristotle's birthright. Structure of civil service is derived into one part, which is known as the hospitalized civil service. Civil service in hospitals function public hospitality. This sector encompasses professionals and employed in public hospitals and healthcare institutions across France. These civil servants include doctors, nurses, administrative staff, and personal doctors. They operate under specific regulations governing public service in healthcare, ensuring standard of care and management. The problem raised in France was when the public sector workers took to the streets and cities across the France to protest against the government to change the status. It's a part of the target to get rid of hundreds of jobs which were took by the government by providing public sector services. And in 2022, which the government says it's a solution to reduce some civil services, even the hospitalized staffs were the most concerned about their jobs and their future because they were not having enough jobs because of the government provided their services in the hospitalized sectors. Conclusion: the civil service in France plays a pivotal role in the functioning of the administration of the country, acting as such of a backbone of public service delivery, despite facing significant challenges such as bureaucracy, budget constraints, and an aging workforce. The French civil service remains committed to its mission-based management practices, underscores the government dedication modernization the civil service. These reforms aim to enhance the efficiency, to improve the service delivery, they ensure that civil service can effectively meet the evolving needs of the public. As France continues to navigate the complexity of the 21st century, the civil service must remain adaptive and resilient. Reforms, including a CAP 2022 initiative, digital transformation efforts, and performance through ongoing reforms and a commitment to excellence, the French civil service will continue to play a crucial role in shaping the future of the nation. That's it.
As you all know that my topic is the role of civil services in USA, we already know that civil services plays a very crucial role in maintaining the continuity of the government. Now we'll look into the backbone of the public administration, how it helps their government to operate smoothly and efficiently. Okay, so the civil services refers to a body of government of employees which are employed in the civil occupation, which is neither political or judicial. It is all based on merit, and they are tasked with implementing the government policies or well-being of the public, as they are for the citizens only. And then in this video we'll look into the historical roots and then to the modern era, like how it has been developed from spoil system to the merit based system, So let's just start with the video. And before we look into the roles of the civil services, let's just briefly look into the past and know that how these civil services have been evolved or formed.
The American Federal Civil Service came when Andrew Jackson, a national hero, came up with the spoils system in 1820. Later, George Washington joined, whose outlook favored his party. In addition, John Adams and Thomas Jefferson joined the spoils system. The 20th US President, James Abraham Garfield, assassinated by a job seeker. Due to this, the spoils system was replaced by the Pendleton Act, marked a significant milestone. The spoils system was based on corruption, exploitation, and nepotism. Pendleton Act was merely based on merit and examination. The civil servant performed a wide range of duties that are essential to the functioning of the government. Let's get into the service provided by the civil servant. Public welfare. Civil servants administrate social programs that support citizens' well-being, like the medical. Public health is maintained by the civil service employees in various agencies. They conduct research, enforce regulation, and respond to healthcare crises to protect and improve public health standards. The defense, the Department of Defense ensures the efficient operation of military activity and the provisions of necessary resources for nation's security and for the safeguard of the citizens. The infrastructure, agencies like the Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration employ civil servants to manage transportation networks, oversee construction projects, and ensure the safety and efficiency of national infrastructure. Education. The Department of Education employs civil servants to implement federal education policy, distribute funding, and support schools across the nation. They work to enhance education standard, improve access to quality education, and address educational disparities. There is foreign and public service. Civil servants in the Department of State and other agencies develop and implement foreign policies, manage diplomatic relations, and represent US interests and abroad. They also play a role in shaping and executing public policies that impact domestic affairs. National Park Service. Employee of the National Park Services preserve and protect the natural and the cultural resources of national park to facilitate or to ensure that these treasures are accessible for future generations. The finance. The finance department, such as the Internal Revenue Service, employs civil servants to manage federal finances, collect taxes, and enforce financial laws. Their work is essential for maintaining the economic stability and integrity of the nation. Let's look into the work of civil servant in rural, suburban, and urban areas. In rural areas, the civil servant basically focuses on the agricultural support, natural resource management, and developmental program to improve rural infrastructure and enhance access to healthcare and education. Suburban areas, civil servant effort may concentrate on balancing their residential development with environmental sustainability as well for the growth and providing essential public services in that area. In urban areas, the roles are diverse and address complex challenges such as public transportation, housing, and social services. Agencies work to improve cities' infrastructure to enhance public safety and support economic development. Urban civil servants often deal with higher population density compared to their counterparts.
So thank you everyone for listening to our presentation. Please repeat.
So here we are done with the roles of civil servants of three nations, that is UK, France, and USA.
We hope you found this video informative with regards to the